Welcome to the quest for the Green Bowl, the rise of Ralu Azath. Today we welcome Green Acres, who pulled off a huge win in our last game of the week to get back to 500 and a 3-game losing streak at the same time, get into the top 6 in the standings as well. So it was a huge win. What's going on, man? You feeling good after ending that tough stretch that you had there?
I mean, I'm feeling better, but it's still gonna be rough going for a while. I think got some injuries and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, injuries obviously start to pile up for all of us, but I do have to ask you. You pulled out Deion Jackson, third string Colts running back, and he had a pretty good game. Were you confident that that was going to happen? And what made you even pick him up? Because he wasn't on my radar, that's for sure.
I picked him up just because of the injuries that they had. But I also got two guys that basically got zero. I got Boone on like Denver.
Yeah.
Who I think got 1 rushing yard. And then I got Coleman on San Francisco, who like got 4 yards or something. So, Deion Jackson carried me.
Yeah, he did.
I figured one of those guys would at least get some points, and so.
Yeah, but obviously the real person who carried you was Joe Burrow, best performance of the year. I mean, he's had a couple of decent games this year, but he hasn't had a game like this since last year when he went nuts for like pretty much a bunch at the end of the season. How key is he going to be for your squad to be able to? Like, are you going to need him to put up 30 points a week? You think?
Dude, I need someone, either him or what's his name? Diggs.
Oh yeah,
either him or Diggs. Yeah. Diggs had like 1 really big game. Taysom Hill had 1 big game for me. I even lost that week, but he had a nice game.
Oh yeah,
he's an interesting prospect as a tight end. He's like throwing passes, he's running, he's catching some. Yeah, I don't know. It's all over the place.
For sure. Obviously, Diggs is, I feel like, going to be a stud with Josh Allen. He's always going to have that potential. But yeah, I was going to ask Taysom Hill as a tight end, and we all know that besides Kelsey and Andrews at this point, it's like who's going to be the guy. The fact that he does so many things. Now, obviously you can't accept 37 points all the time, but are you kind of excited? Like, he's the 3rd tight end right now. That's pretty insane.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like he was probably going to have some games where he doesn't even like get onto the field, but I'm not going to bench him after he got 37 points. So
yeah, for a tight end too, because a lot of us we're happy with 5 points with a tight end.
Yeah. It's like if they get 50 yards, that's pretty good. Like if they get a touchdown on top of that, that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you don't have those top 2, that's what it is. But Hill now, I mean, he's close to Andrews too. He might be top 2 at some point.
I know. If he has 1 more big game like that.
Oh yeah, it's the fact that he can throw, run, catch. I think that at some point you would expect some sort of a strange game, especially if the matchup is what it is.
I was hoping they were going to bench the quarterback. What's his name?
Dalton.
Yeah, I was hoping they were going to bench Dalton after he had those 2 pick sixes, and then
just give it to Hill.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm waiting for. If there's enough injuries, he's going to be the starting QB as a tight end.
Yeah, exactly. Which is insane. That's like having 2 quarterbacks. That's ridiculous.
I know.
That'll definitely carry you into the end of the season. That could be the X factor.
I know.
Of course, you're going up against a team that's had tough luck this week. The Stellar Bitches. You can go over 500 with a win, and obviously they've had a lot of injuries, and they got some buys and stuff to deal with this week. Are you feeling good about your chances to possibly get over 500 again?
I'm feeling pretty good. Although, yeah, my running backs are kind of a mess. I picked up the Donta Freeman after they traded Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, which was
so I'm hoping that they actually play him and he does pretty well. Although their offense is like total garbage. So
yeah, I mean that's what we do. It's like you roll the dice and you hope that somebody gets the carries, and There were many times that I would do that too, and then I'd get burned because some random practice squad rookie comes out of nowhere, and then they're the starting running back because they had to be. So
it's hard to predict.
It is.
That's where I'm at. I just got these like picking up whatever running back I can.
No, I hear you. I definitely hear you. So, like always, we like to have fun on the show with some interesting segments. And today I want to talk about fantasy streaming, as I know you are a fan to stream defenses from the past. And obviously, this year you've had to stream some flex players. And in the past, you've also had to stream quarterbacks, though with Burrow, you might not need to do that this year. But we'll be using some Ghostbusters references as well, just to have extra fun. So, let's get to it. Remember, don't cross the streams. Okay, so I'm going to be going through 3 positions that usually get streamed at times: defense, flex, and specifically tight end, because a lot of us have to stream tight ends if you don't have the top ones. So for each one, I want you to rate them for difficulty, and the difficulty rating, you can't have duplicates, so you have to use one of these for each, and you can't use them for 2. So for the most difficult position to stream out of defense, flex, and tight end, I want you to say dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. For the one in the middle, that's a big Twinkie. And for the one that's the easiest, I want you to say, back off, man, I'm a scientist. And
this is gonna be hard to remember.
I'll repeat them again as we go through. But also, in addition, and you can't have duplicates for this, I want you to rate the best way that you actually stream. So if you stream by computers, I want you to say print is dead. If you stream through reading expert articles, I want you to say I collect mold, spores, and fungus. And if you stream the position from your gut, I want you to say, when someone asks if you're a god, you say yes. So are you ready for this?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, so I'm going to start with tight ends because this affects all of us, besides the ones with the top 2, essentially, although you got Hill now, so maybe the top 3. But how would you rate this difficulty? Would you say dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria, that's a big Twinkie, or back off, man, I'm a scientist?
I would say the dogs and cats, because dude, they're unpredictable. I have tight ends, like, 1 week they could do really well, the next week they suck. Just, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear you on that. Sometimes matchup doesn't matter with tight ends, so it definitely could be volatile. When you do stream tight ends, how would you go about that? So you doing print is dead? Do you collect mold, spores, and fungus, or do you tell people you're a god?
I think I collect mold spores. Yeah.
Yeah, you try to go with what the experts say because it's difficult. It's a guess anyway.
Yeah. I don't have a good intuition on it. Yeah.
At least you could blame them too if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
So all right, so tight ends, definitely one of the toughest. So let's move on to quarterbacks. Obviously, injuries can force us into streaming quarterbacks by weeks that we all get. You have to stream, and sometimes it's just because we waited too long in the draft and we got a quarterback that's not doing as well as we hope. So, but what would you rate the difficulty in for streaming quarterbacks? And obviously, the 2 that's left, that's a big Twinkie, or back off, man, I'm a scientist.
I go, that's a big Twinkie. Because you can judge based on the defense pretty well, but like still it's kind of hard to predict.
Yeah. Okay. So that's interesting. So yeah, and I mean, a lot of us roster two as well. So I think that makes it more difficult too. So I mean, I could definitely see that for sure. So how do you go about picking quarterback streams? Print is dead, mold, spores, and fungus, or you tell people you're a god.
Um, can I only use these once, or
No,
is
you
it
could
okay?
you
For
can
this one, I told I'm God. You just gotta go with the matchup, the defense that they're playing against.
Yeah.
If sometimes quarterbacks will like have a bad week and then they'll bounce back and have a good one. So a lot of times it's like if they had a bad week and then they seem motivated, then I'll go with them.
Yeah. That's good.
But it's all good.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to tell people you're God if you're asked. So finally, we get to defenses. The number one, obviously, the majority of us are streaming defenses, unless maybe you have the Bills, or the Buccaneers. But even people with the Patriots seem to be streaming this year. So how difficult? I mean, obviously, the only thing left for difficulty right now is back off, man. I'm a scientist. So you think that this is the easiest thing to stream?
Oh yeah, it's all based on the opposing quarterback. If they're gonna throw,
Yeah.
if they have a backup, you definitely got to stream that defense. If they're like, or if like they just got like a bad quarterback,
Yeah.
whoever's playing like the Panthers, I would take.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And sometimes I think that's an interesting thing. Like I personally am streaming the Ravens this week, and it's because I think Jacoby Brissett's not all that great. Even though technically, when you look at the computers, they say it's a bad matchup for the Ravens because Nick Chubb and all that. But in my mind, I'm like, Brissett's going to throw an interception or mess up at some point. So, that's kind of what I'm picking on. So I definitely can see the whole looking at the quarterback thing, and that actually does make it easier because if you're not going to stream against Kansas City or Buffalo. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah. But man, I wish I had Arizona this week.
Oh man, the 2 pick sixes, that's insane. Yeah.
I think I have the Jets. They did okay last week. No. I think I just picked them up. Yeah, I think I have the Jets.
Yeah.
They're playing Denver, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, who's injured, so that's probably a decent pick. I mean, they stopped Aaron Rodgers, so.
Yeah.
So how would you go about picking your defenses, though? Print is dead, mold, spores, and fungus, or are you also telling people you're a god because you're going for that quarterback matchup?
Yeah, I'm god, dude. It's like, especially the ratings on NFL, they don't like the. I don't think they're very good.
They're terrible. They're some of the worst
for defenses. So you just got to go on the matchup.
Yeah. For NFL.com, I think has literally the worst projections of all of the sites. When I do my previews and talk about the computers here, I actually use a program that kind of takes into account all of the projections, and it kind of makes I think it simulates things and then it makes a guess. That's how you get, like, usually we'll get, like, this person has like a 62% chance to win. That's because in 62% of the simulations, they did come out on top. It's not, obviously we know there's upsets all the time. So it's not, doesn't guarantee. There were some times when it said 80% chance and then some crazy stuff happened and that goes away pretty quick. But, NFL is terrible. It's the worst. I actually don't know where
they're still hitting on Taysom Hill even after that 37-point.
Yeah, I see that. They give him like 3-point projections every week. Sometimes it says no rating, like it was 0.
Yeah, I don't get it, but anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. Well, thanks for joining me and having some fun today, doing talking about some Ghostbusters references. Obviously you're telling people you're a god because they're asking, so that's good. I
gotta watch that movie again. It's been a long time. It's a good movie.
It's pretty classic too. It's hot. It's October as well. It's a good time to watch it.
Nice. Yeah.
Congrats on your big win, obviously, and good luck the rest of the way as well. And I think everybody has actually learned a lot about Green Acres this week. We know he's not afraid of ghosts like Sam Darnold when he played the Patriots in 2019. And of course, we also learned that streaming can be pretty fun, especially if you're telling people you're God. That's always really fun. So thanks to Green Acres. Thanks to everyone watching, liking, and subscribing. And that's the content for the week. Of course, we'll have new episodes coming out Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. Our theme story is going to start to really go up. So if you guys are into that, that should start to get really fun. Until next time, salut, and check out the upcoming Game of the Week schedule before you go.